we want to start or we're still waiting? I only see 7 or 9 probably students here. Okay, so
There's
division
6
B
people
has,
that haven't joined yet.
okay.
Okay, 5 now. So okay.
Yeah, I think the division B has like 30 students already. Or 33, 32. Okay. Yeah, Martin, let's wait a little bit. I think there is still some students joining. Maybe they are coming for this.
Okay.
If you can probably find some like small videos to play, like some Scratch program videos. You can share your screen and play them.
Yep. Okay.
You probably need to share the sound. If you stop sharing, share again. There's a button on the left corner. You can share your sound.
There's a button on the left corner.
Yeah, I see in the chat you have a question about how to submit, right? So we will talk about that after today's session, before the Q&A, to tell you how you can submit your project. And we'll publish a link for, or possibly a Google form for you to submit your projects, or Google Drive for all your work you have done. And if you register for the final computations, right, we are going to send through the Eventbrite broadcast to all the email address you actually have registered, so you can have a way to submit your work. Okay, so a lot of students joining. Martin, you want to try again to see whether the sound was playing or not?
Yep. But okay, share the sound. Okay. Share it.
Scratch to bring your idea. What would happen?
How about now?
Imagine if you can create a world where anything is possible.
Okay, great.
What would happen?
Yeah, you can expand the screen, so that should work. Yep, it's perfect.
Imagine if you can create a world. Imagine if
How long is this video?
Probably just 10 seconds. Yeah.
Just 10 seconds, okay.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Okay, if we can find some videos we can play, so students here won't feel bored.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah, see if you can find any.
With Scratch, you can make a character fly. It can be anyone flying, anywhere. Start by choosing a character to fly with. Next, let's pick something to fly past. It can be anything. I'll pick buildings. To make our character look like it's moving, we can move the scenery behind it. Let's use Change X to move the building across the screen. Let's try a negative number to make it look like it's going past it. Let's make it repeat. Perhaps 50 times. Let's have our building start all the way to the right. We can use Set X. 0 is going to be in the middle, so let's try a higher number, I'll try 250. Let's have it keep going forever. We can start this script by pressing the green flag. To learn how to make your character move with arrow keys, add a score, or fly with a crew, click the green arrow.
That's great. Thanks. So Huawen, I think we can start. It's already 2:10 p.m. Okay, let me kickstart. Thanks everyone joining today's session for 2022 SECC Workshop 2. As we introduced in Workshop 1, the Division A project will primarily focus on the Scratch programming. So today our instructor will be Martin Zhang, and he's a data scientist work for Verizon. And he's going to walk us through some simple steps or scenario what you can do from the Scratch. And we are encouraging you to open your Scratch account and to make or do all the programming with him. And he will show you how to do that one by one. So if you have any questions, you can type that in the chat. I will try my best to answer them. And we also have a Q&A session after this tutorial, probably 10 minutes, we'll address any questions you have. So without further ado, I think, Martin, you can get started.
Thank you, Xincheng. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Student Engineering and Creativity Convention Workshop 2. I'm your today's instructor, Martin Zhang. Have you imagined one day you can create your own Disney world and share it with your family? So the first thing comes into your mind is that I can't do this because I'm not familiar with painting. The fact is that we can achieve our Disney world dream without knowing how to paint. In today's workshop, I'm going to show you how to build your own world with Scratch. First, let's watch a video to see how to build your world on Scratch. Then I'm going to show you the basic building block step by step.
Imagine if you can create a world where anything is possible. What would happen? Use Scratch to bring your ideas to life. Imagine if animals could talk. Or people could fly. Or things could grow and shrink. Bring your imagination to life with Scratch. What will you create?
All right, now it comes to the most exciting moment. Let's get our hands dirty, okay? So the first thing when you create your own world, probably is that you're going to introduce your best friend or your favorite animal or the ball you like into your world, right? So we are going to do this. So if you want to introduce a character into your world, the first thing you should go to the right below, and there's a button called Choose a Spread. And by clicking this button, you can see we have a lot of choice here. You can choose different characters, different balls, different animals. And in this case, I'm going to introduce my friend Cat. And now I want my friend Cat say hello to everyone. So what should I do? So the first thing, I will go to the event sessions. I drag this command block here. This block is going to tell my code when to run. In this case, it's going to tell my code every time when I hit the green flags here, everything going to live. Okay, so the next thing, I will go to the look sessions and drag the see hello here. And also, I want to add a sound when my friends Cat say hello to everyone. So I will go to the sound sessions and drag this start sound block here. Now we have everything we need here. Let's take a try. Wow, This is cool, right? So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to let yourself take a try. All right. Next step, probably you want to have a beautiful background on your word, right? So what should we do? We should go to the right below and there's a button called choose a backdrop. Okay. Click it. You can see, oh, we got a lot of charts here. We got different backgrounds. And in this case, I'm going to select the blue sky as my background. Now we can take a try. Okay, next step. What if I want to have a beautiful butterfly who can fly around in this beautiful world? What should I do? So I will go to choose a spread again and choose a butterfly here. Okay. Next, I'm going to the event sessions and drag this command block. It's going to tell my code every time when I hit the space on my keyboard, everything is going to work. Okay. And next, I'm going to the motion sessions and drag a position block here to set the position for my butterfly. In this case, I don't care where it's heading to. So I just select a random positions here. Now let's take a try. You can see when I hit the space in my keyboard, the butterfly start flying in this world. Now you can introduce your own butterfly here. Okay, next, what if I want my friend's cat can walk to the right or walk to the left with my command? What should I do? So the first thing I will do is also go to the event sessions and drag this command block here. And there's a drop-down list. You can click it. You say there are a variety of commands you can choose from. In this case, I'm going to choose the right arrow. And now I need to go to the motion sessions and drag this motion block here to set position for my friend's cat. Okay. And next, I will go back to the event sessions and drag another command block here. At this point, I need left arrow command and go back to motion sessions and drag this motion block here and set negative value here. Okay, now let's take a try. Go to right, go to, whoa. Let's go back. Okay. Now you can see I can control the walk direction for my friend cat. Now it's your time. Next, what if I want my friend cat can walk to the sky, and also he can go back to the ground with our command, what should I do? Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is go to the event sessions again and drag this command block. And choose the up arrow command here. Go to the motion sessions and drag another motion block here. Okay. Go back to the UI sessions, drag this block here, choose the down arrow command. Go back to the motion and drag this here. Okay. Set the value to negative value. Now let's take a try. Wow, you want to go Mars? Okay, let's get back to Earth. Okay, now we can control my friend Cat how to work with our command. Now it's your time to take a try. Okay, next step. What if we want to change the body language or the body posture for my character? What should I do? So the first thing I will do is still go to the event sessions and drag this command block here and go to the look sessions. Okay, to drag this switch costume block here. And also we can try different body language. In this case, I want a cat A. Okay, and go to the control sessions and drag this block here to tell my code how many seconds or minutes we are going to wait until we switch it back. Okay, and I will go to the look sessions again and drag back. Okay, now let's take a try. Oh, you see, my friend's cat is switching from different body language, right? Now it's their time to take a try.
May I ask, like, if everyone can follow the steps or need more time to follow the instructors, how to perform all those actions? Okay, so I'll take that as a yes, everyone can follow. Okay, good.
Okay. So next, what if I wanna give my friend cat grow and shrink ability in our world? What should we do? So let me clean those blocks here and keep this command block here. So the first thing I will do is go to the control sessions and drag this block here. Okay, and set a value to, and go to the look sessions, select this block to let my friend become larger. Okay. Next, I want to go back to the original size here. Let's go to the control sections. Yeah, wait 1 second. Okay. And here. Okay, now let's take a try. When I hit space on my keyboard, wow, it's becoming larger. And it's shrinking back, right? Now I will give you some time to take a try. Okay, next step. What if we have a question that we want to have a different backgrounds? So what should I do? First thing, you should go to choose a backdrop and select another background here. All right. And you should go to the font sections, drag this command block, and go back to look sessions, select, drag this switch backdrop block to here. In this case, I want to switch back to the blue sky. Okay, let's take a try. You hit, okay, you see, we just change our background from the brown world back to the blue sky. Now I will give you time to take a try. Okay, so what if you want to add your own sound into your world? What should I do? So the first thing we should go to is the sound sessions and randomly drag a star sound block here. Okay. Okay. Originally, we have a poop sound here. Okay. But now I want my own sound. What I can do is click this drop-down list and record. Click record button. My own music. Stop recording and save. You can rename whatever you want. In this case, my. Okay. And go back to code sessions. Click this drop-down list and select my voice. Now let's take a try. my own music. You can say you start playing the record, right? Now you can take a try to record anything you want. Okay, that's all the basic blocks we should have to build our own world. Scratch has more features waiting for you to explore, and you can add anything you want with your imaginations into your world. For example, when you go to the Scratch website and go to the ideas sections, and you can select, they offer different tutorials for you to explore. If you have some questions, you can go to explore these tutorials first to find the answer. All right? Xinchen, I'm finished this part.
Okay, so you introduce all the basic block code, right? How that works. Okay. Do we want to try that? Create a story, that tutorial, since I think we have some time.
Okay. Yep.
You can use Scratch to tell a story, create a conversation, switch scenes, or do whatever else you can imagine. To get started, let's pick a background. I'll go with the witch house. Now let's pick a sprite. I'll pick the wizard. Let's have our character say something. I'll have my character say, "Welcome to magic school." I'd like to add another character, so I'll choose another sprite. This time, I'll pick the elf. It looks like the elf isn't facing the wizard, so I'll change the way they're looking. Let's go to the costume tab and choose flip horizontal, so the costume is now flipped to face the wizard. Let's make a conversation. I'll add a say block to the elf sprite. I'll make this character say, "I'm going on a quest." Let's click the green flag to see what happens. They both speak at the same time, so let's go ahead and add a wait block before the elf speaks. I'll make this 2 seconds. Let's have the characters change scenes. I'll add another background. This time I'll choose mountain. I'll reselect the elf sprite and go back to the coding area. Let's have the characters start at the witch house, wait 4 seconds, which is how long the conversation is, and then switch to the mountain backdrop. Finally, what if we don't want the wizard to be in the mountain scene? Let's go back to the wizard sprite and add a when backdrop switches to block. I'll set it to mountain and make the wizard hide. Let's try it out. Looks good. Now let's replay the project. The wizard doesn't show up at all. That's because we've hidden it. So what we'll need to do is add a show block at the top of the script so that whenever someone replays the project, the wizard will show first. Click the green arrow to see this code again and explore what else you might add to your story.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. Okay, since you are finished this, let me share my screen so we can let me go through some items we can talk about. Okay, share my main screen. First, I want to thank you, Martin, to have this tutorial introduced to all the students. And just want to quickly go through what we talk about in workshop 1, right? If you don't have a Scratch account, make sure you create one so you can start creating your own program. And the idea session here is very intuitive and also very helpful for you to create your own story. So remember on our this year's competition or convention, we have two themes, right? One is talk about city of the future, right? The other one is talk about helping our community. So you can do some imagine world or some creating your own stories. For example, this change the thing, right? You are saying I want to help someone to maybe use codes or bookshelves and send it to someone else, and you can change your background. And also this part, like the make it fly, is also very interesting part. You can either create a game or create a story. Another part I want to talk about is how you can submit your project, right? I think someone asked in the chat how I can submit my project. So whenever I start, let's say I want to create a project here, I click create, right? Now there's some like a kickstart, but you can use your own story, make that timeline. So once you finish in here, you can actually do, let's say I want to save my file. Let's see, I did this, right? Roll steps. First, yeah, you sign in. So I have this SECC 2022 demo. After I sign in, you have additional options here, right? You have this, you can name your file or name your project. For example, this one, I want to name that 2022 SECC Workshop 2. So after you name that, on the file section here, you can do save now. You can save it, right? Or you can load to your local computer. There's different options. But after you save that, you actually can click on the share button here. What this do, once you click on the share, it will pop up this file name or project name you define, and it will have a sample. I actually can play that story here. And they will give you a comment here, like congratulations on sharing your project. Other people can now try it out. So this is the way how we can submit our final project to our judges this year. So once you submit that or share that, you can actually copy the link of your project. If you don't want others to comment on your project in the public space, you can just see on the commenting off, right? But this link, you actually can copy it and put into the Word document or Google Drive or whatever place we provided for you to submit your project. So this is very critical one, right? Other than the short video to introduce how you did your program, this link for the project is very important to let us know and try out your created program. So anyone has any questions, you can post in the chat. Or you understand how to submit your project. Okay, that's good. And another part I want to talk about, we basically covered all the basic functions, right, in what a Scratch can do. Let me go back to the main screen. show this one. Girls. Another part I want to talk about is the extension, what we can do. So there's a video sensing action here. So in this program, let me first play.
You can use.
Can you hear the sound or you cannot hear the sound?
I can hear some.
You can
your
hear the sound.
webcam to
Okay.
interact with your Scratch projects. Pet a virtual animal, pop balloons, or anything else you can imagine. To start, let's add the video sensing extension. As you can see, it turns on our webcam and gives us a new set of blocks to play with. Let's start by making a simple project where we pet the cat. I'll grab the when video motion is greater than 10 block. So the way this block works is it's measuring the amount of motion that happens underneath the sprite, and it's measured on a scale of 0 to 100. So 0 is no movement, and 100 is as much movement as we can do. Let's go ahead and stick with the default value of 10. So next, I'll grab a play sound until done block and attach it. So let's give it a shot. Maybe we'll try a higher value, like 95, just to see what happens. Okay, so nothing's happening. You really, really have to do a lot of motion. So maybe we go back to 10. Cool, I can't wait to see what you do with video sensing.
Okay, so this video sensing part, I think is pretty interesting, which you can probably create in your own story, right? Now let's try to do that together. So in the Scratch, when you click on create a new program, on the bottom left, there's a section here, which is called, let me go back. So when you click on that, if you see the message there, it say add extension, right? So when you click on that, it gives you like different extensions, what you can do. You actually can try by yourself for a lot of others. For example, you want to music extensions, so which you can through your screen play the music, or you can use the pen, right, to draw something. You can explore all those different extensions. But the one I want to talk about is the video sensing part. So if you click into the extension part, just try to click the video sensing. And it will ask you, it will ask you to install that extension. But if you see my screen, I'm currently have here, I can move this sprite up and down to some place, right? Like they explained, if you, the video sense the motion down here, it will play the sound or do some actions. You can make the movement, let's say I want to have moved like 90 degrees or put a sound there, also works. So you can try this with me. So once you have this video sensing module, just try to drag this one video motion larger than 10, and then go back to the sound. Say play the sound meow until down, right? So now if I try here, see my hand is down here, it will sense my motion and the cat will just play a sound. I can do other motions, right? I want to say the cat will play a sound and also maybe move a little bit. Okay, it's too sensitive. Let me change that to 70. Now it won't play, right? I want like, say, play the song and move like 20, like that, right? So now I see the cat is moving while I touching. So this is a type sound like a flexibility to you. Okay, let me stop that. So this extension part actually provide a lot of opportunities for you to create more interactive stories from your screen. You can think about your own story. For example, Martin introduced, you want to go to Disneyland and you play with someone or interact with someone. That's something you can do. And try to use your creativity and imagination to create a story at the interactive through your video sensing or other extensions, or through all the tutorials, like someone fly to the Mars, for example, like that, right? Okay, my video sensing is still on, so let me go back take out this so you won't like play the sound. So now you can try the video sensing by yourself. I will give you probably 20 seconds. Let me close this part. Okay. So next tutorial we want to go through is the record the sound. So normally you have the sound in the program, right? They have a sound section, you can put it like some building ones. But in this tutorial, you actually can go through that and see how you can record your own sound. For example, you want to create a story to help someone to introduce a place or to introduce a fun item to them. You can record your own introduction sound or stories into your story or into the Scratch program you are going to build. So let me play this video.
I've heard there's magic in the cave. Oh, hi, how are you? To record a sound, go to the Sound tab and click Record. Ooh. Name the sound. Now in the sound block, we can choose it. And then play it. Ooh. What sounds will you record?
Okay, great. So this play sound is pretty interesting, right? So how we can do that? So in this, on the top, the third tab, you have a sound options in here. For example, I play the sound. So you click on that. Then you can record your own sound. So this one is the existing sound there. So if I want to create a new one, how should I do that, right? You can try that by yourself. So now in here, we do have a button that we can record. So basically on the left corner, we have the choose the sound and they have this small mic. You just click on that. Since I'm recording a sound. So your laptop should allow you to do that. So on the sound. I'm recording a sound. Oh, let's see. I'm recording a sound. I'm recording a sound. So I save it. So I have this recording one, right? Or you can name that differently. If I go back to my main coding block here, I go to the sound. Let's see, I want to play the sound. I don't want to play the default. I want to play the one I'm talking about. So if I play that, let's see, I add a motion. I want to move 10, then I'm recording a sound. So in this way, you can actually create a story. For example, someone come into the shop, you can ask your friends, your parents, right? Have a more interactive communications or telling a story together with all the movements and the screen and all the changes we just go through in this workshop to create your own or more fun story. Okay, that's all the sessions and some extensions or additional things we want to cover in this workshop. And I highly encourage you to go through all the tutorials. That will tell you a lot of fun things or possibilities what a Scratch coding program can do. And now open for the Q&A session, right? If you have any questions, you can ask us. And if not, I think we're good. And do expect like we'll publish all the videos and also the where you can submit the projects probably next week. Once we finalize all the shared drive or documents, we'll share that with you. So you can start to think about your own story and try to build your own projects. And then I think we have almost a month to finish that, right? So in April 24th is the final completion day. We're going to review all the awesome projects built by other kids. And before that, you can submit your own projects. Okay, the floor is open for Q&A. So anyone has questions, you can feel free to unmute yourself and ask me any questions you have.
I have something to say. What I wanted to say is I'm trying to make a game.
Okay, is that a question or is just a comment?
Just a comment.
It's a comment, okay. Okay, if no further questions, I think you are free to go. And thank you for joining today's workshop and expecting to see your projects or your work in the final competition. Thank you, everyone.
Ready to go now?
Yes, you can leave now. Yes, we'll share the link. I think earliest probably next week, how you submit your projects. I actually briefly talk about how you can create a link for your projects, right? Once you finish your projects in here, you can do the share button. You name your projects. I'll type a random name. I'll click on share. So once you click that, you share your project to actually a public space, which will create a link for your project. So you need to copy this link and submit to our like Google Doc or Google Drive, which will provide a form for you to submit, for example, which division project you are joining and what's your name and your grade, and also a link place, or you can submit your project link and your project documents and your videos through there. Does that answer your questions? Yeah, so for the poster, it's not necessary, but for the video, it's necessary, right? Like less than 2 minutes, basically, it's explain how you, what's your idea behind your projects. For example, you create some stories, say helping people how to migrate to the Mars, right? Or that kind of story. So you explain that idea or explain your purpose behind the projects. Okay, and I will stop sharing. If no further questions, I will join the Division B projects. Martin, probably if you can stay on for another 5 minutes, then I think this room we can close. Okay, thank you. Oh, someone asked what's the award? Let me check. For Division A projects, I think for each division, we should have a first, second, and third place. You probably will get a trophy for the winners. There will be a cash reward, I believe, for first, second, and third. Okay. Right. Any other questions before I leave this breakout room? Seems no. Okay, great.